Hi guys, my name is Daniela Alvarez. Nice to meet you. And today I want to tell you the worst experience I had with an airline, and that airline will be American Airlines. I would like to say that English is not my first language, so I will try my best to explain to you what happened. So on May 15, 2024, I had a flight from Ronald Reagan International Airport to Miami International Airport, and that flight was at 8 p.m. I went into the American Airlines counter and I checked in my luggage. It was like between 4:30 5 p.m. So I went into the security, everything was great. And when I got into the gate, they started sending me emails telling me that my flight was delayed. The first email, I saw it and I was like, okay, it's just 1 hour of delay, everything's fine. But then they start sending me more emails, and they sent me in total 9 emails. They sent me 9 emails in total. Sorry, I said it backwards. And then at the 10th email, they canceled the flight. So I went into the counter of American Airlines of customer service that is it is inside the gates at the airport. I talked to this lady, and I don't know if it is a qualification to be rude to get hired in American Airlines, but this lady was really rude to everyone. When I asked her, I told her my situation and I asked her, like, you know what, like, I have another flight connections. I have I have a flight connection to I have a flight connection in Miami on May 16 at 5 p.m. from Miami, Florida to Guatemala. So if I don't make it to that plane, like, could you like change my ticket to Guatemala? And she was like, no, you have to be on standby. But she didn't explain why. She didn't give me an explanation about their policies. She didn't say anything about it. So then I went and exit the gates, and I went for my luggage, and went up into the second floor of American Airlines to another customer service area, right? So in that area there was a lot of people because they were canceling a lot of flights. And when I get into the line, it took me like 1 hour. There were two employees there, a guy and like a woman, and a man and a woman, right? And the guy that the lady that was there, she was really rude to the other customers. She was helping out, and thank God, thankfully, the one who helped me out was the guy. And I asked him about the hotel because they have to give you a hotel if they cancel flight, mostly. And he told me that they won't give me a hotel because I have to pay for it. I have to pay 100 or 20 $100 between $2,000 no $200 and $800 if I wanted a hotel, and they will give me back that money. So I told him no, I just need to fix this situation. And he told me that I was already on standby. So I asked him, like, I need a flight, like I need to go to my connection. and he was like, okay, I will put you on standby at 5 a.m. tomorrow. So thankfully, I had a place to stay. I had someone that, you know, can help me out, and I can be with her, right? But imagine those people that they have to be on standby for a lot of time at the airport because they don't live in Washington D.C., or, you know, they don't give them the hotel. So I went to the person's home. I went to the I went to the home I was staying. I slept 2 hours, and then I went back to the airport using Uber because they also didn't pay me the transportation. So I it was like 4 a.m. I get into the counter, I check in my luggage again. The second time I check my luggage, and this lady was nice. She told me like, "Oh, you cannot make it into the 5 a.m. flight, but you can make it into the 6:25 a.m. flight." So I was like, "Okay." I checked in my luggage. I went into the gates. I went into security, then into the gates again for the second time, and I got into the gate. I sat down there, and I wait. And for the ones who don't know what is being to be on standby is that you wait until they call all the groups, and if there's a passenger that is absent, they give you that seat, right? So in the 5 a.m. flight, I wait, and they didn't give me any chance to get into the plane because it was full. The thing that makes me mad is that they told me, oh, you know what, like you should be in the 5 a.m. It's okay because there are a lot of people that miss that plane. That plane was full. Yeah, so I went again into the customer service, tell the lady what happened, my situation, and she told me like, oh, you need to wait for the next flight at 8 a.m. I went into the gate. They have me like running around between gates. Let's say that the gate was D23, D43, for example. I had to be on the other gate. That one it was C32. So I had to be like running around like stupid. I went into the other gate, and they start calling all the passengers, and they call me. They finally call me. I went in there, and I got inside the plane, and they gave me a seat. But sadly, the aircraft was full, and someone already had my seats because they pay for them, right? It's Yeah, that's their original flight. So they took me out of the plane. I went inside the airport again, right? And I waited. I wait for the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one, and that was maybe like I stay at the airport for 15 hours in total, waiting for getting into a plane on standby. So at the plane that was 3:55 p.m., they didn't get me into the plane. So I went into the customer service again, and I tell them the situation. It took a while because there was a lot of people in line. It took me like 2 hours to get to talk to someone, and like the time is running out. So I went into the counter, and I tell the lady, you know what? Like I don't want to be on standby anymore. I have been more than 15 hours here. You didn't put me in any plane. So, can you please give me a ticket? Because I don't want to be here anymore. And you also have to know that I missed my connection flight. And she was like, okay, we don't have flights for today and we don't have flights for tomorrow, so you can take the flight of the Saturday flight, May 18th. So I was like, okay, thank you. And she gave me the ticket. I went out of the gates for the third time, right? I went into the luggage claim for the third time. The lady already knew me. She was like, oh, you again. You want your luggage, right? And I was like, yes. And she was like, okay, I will look for your luggage. My luggage didn't came out. You know why? Because they sent my luggage to Miami without me. They sent my luggage to Miami without me, bro. I don't know who. I don't know if I just don't get it. I don't get it, right? I have a health issue, right? I have to take medicine. I didn't take my medicine for 2 days. I stayed with the same clothes for 2 days. And luckily, I have someone to go. Um, I have someone that I can go to her house and stay with and sleep there, right? So they sent my luggage to Miami, and they make me like I was in Washington a whole day just resting, and then the next day I got up at 3 a.m. and I went into the airport at 3:30, right? So I went into the airport. I did everything. Everything was fine. And the thing that concerned me, the day I stayed in Washington was that if you have been to Miami International Airport, the security of Miami International Airport takes forever, bro. So if they had my luggage, I had to go pick my luggage and then check in my luggage again and get into security. It takes a long time to get into security in Miami International Airport. You need to know that, right? So, um, at the end, uh, the person I was staying with, uh, she helped me out, and she wrote a message to American Airlines telling the situation to them, and they sent my. They were going to send my luggage with me the same day. I take the plane, right? So I went there. I went into the on May 18. I went into the checking the counter of American Airlines, then security. I went into the gate. Everything was good, and then I I got into Miami, and I was really calm because obviously they were sending my luggage to Guatemala. But at the same time, I was like, okay, why if they, you know, they missed my, like, they um, lost my luggage, in Miami? I don't know. Anything could happen, yeah? So I went there, I went into the counter. It was like 30 minutes left for boarding, and there's no one there. In Ronald Reagan International Airport, there was always people in the counters, so you can ask them things. The thing is that in on my ticket, the tickets I have it, I have all the proof. I have everything, right? So this ticket, uh, Miami to Guatemala, I didn't have a seat assignment. So I was like, okay, like they won't get me into this plane because I don't have a seat assignment. Like the ticket said, oh, go into the gate counter. I went there, right? And there's no one there until like, 5 minutes before board. So if you had a problem, like, screw them, right? Woohoo. So I told the guy, you know what, like I have this problem, and I have this problem with my luggage, and he was like, oh, we don't know anything about the luggage. That's the thing you need to to see in Guatemala. That's not with me. And he gave me the seat assignments. Everything was great. I got into the plane, and then I am here at home. But I'm pissed. I'm pissed. You didn't give me a hotel. You didn't give me food. You didn't give me transportation. And what they said, right? Because they didn't say anything on the email that they were canceling the flight because of the weather. But that's what American Airlines said. Like, oh, you know what? Like, we are canceling this because of the weather, right? But whenever they cancel your flight because of weather issues, it's not their fault. I know it's not their fault, right? But why are you leaving me on standby? That doesn't make sense. You're leaving me on standby more than 15 hours on an airport? God, like that's messed up. Really messed up. You didn't even give me food tickets to pay for my, like, I need to pay of my own money for food, right? So it's not fair. It's not fair. So I don't know. Uh, I will have to do a lawsuit. I will have to make a, like, I don't know. I'm just pissed, and they don't care, apparently. But do I have to make a complaint? Do I have to do a lawsuit? I don't. If you're a lawyer in the United States and you're watching this, please help me out, because it's just I'm a sick person, right? I have health issues, and they didn't even give me the ticket for the food. The hotel, they wanted me to pay $100 or $200 for for a night at the hotel. And I guess they won't pay me the um the transportation into the hotel. So I don't know what I can do in this situation. I'm not from the US. So if you want to help me out, please let me know here in the comments. And yeah, have a nice day. Bye.